Greetings, everyone. I'm Eric with Your Essential Practice. For today's Divinely Guided Rune reading, we're getting used to that ebb and flow of things, aren't we? We had a lot going on this last week. The week before that, not so much. The week before that, even a lot. So this week, again, not so much. Next week, we're going to have a little bit more. So again, just take this time to really focus on your divinely guided path. If you'd like any divinely guided rune readings for me personally, if you'd like any of the rune sets or jewelry that you see on the channel, please use the links below. Also, more information in the description box below for any astrological information. Let's jump into your divinely guided rune reading here for this week without further ado.
Greetings, Cancer, and welcome to your divinely guided rune reading for the week. Let's jump right on in and pull a rune for your energetic path here. Isa, yeah, you've been kind of in your standstill, maybe just being rigid, stuck to your lessons, like maybe even a little bit anxious, pacing the carpet a little bit in your head, or maybe even just back and forth in your head mentally. Or at any rate, maybe just repeating a life lesson, or maybe having a brush with the opportunity of repeating a life lesson here recently, Cancer. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Isa is the rune of ice, though, so this is either calling you to be in a stance of needing to galvanize and be rigid, kind of to your path, like you've had to stick to your path here recently, or or have just had to repeat a life lesson. So either way, it's calling you to stick to true to your path, regardless, right? It's that straight and narrow path of your spiritual work, your divine source blueprint work, and your energetic paths, right? In your now energy is Othala. Othala is that rune of legacy, inheritance, income. This is more for examining what is perpetual versus what is transitory, and vice versa, right? What is something that is going to last more than just a generation or two? What is something that's going to last 7 generations, Cancer? What is something you are going to leave behind? That's your challenge, right? And that's how our indigenous brothers and sisters would view it. They would look 7 generations into the future. If they couldn't answer it, they wouldn't make that action, right? So this is that good foundation for future generations to build off of, for healthy aspects like spiritual practices, paradigms, like pay it forward, right? Or just chanting Om. Not some piece of land, or because you can't own land anyway, y'all. You can't. Sorry, you can't own land. Or some sort of silly amount of money, right? So looking at your near future here, we have Odin's rune, this blank rune. So in the end of the rune reading here, I do have another set that I will pull from to get more clarity. This Odin's rune, though, is like that patch over Odin's eye. That's like something that's blocked deliberately from you, hidden from you, or something that you already know. Well, Cancer, I venture to guess that this is something that you already know. You are one of the most lucky signs this year. So I'm thinking this is something that you already know. Let's get something for your energetic influence of the now. Your energetic influence of the now is balancing needs, constraints, limitations. Yeah. This is called nullities. You're going down this path, and now this log is blocking your path and needs to be addressed fully before you can move forward. This is the influence, the energy that you're influenced by right now. So something could have come up like a constraint, maybe a perceived constraint. Maybe this is something you need to go within on. Maybe it's balancing that want versus a need aspect in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, right? And get right with yourself on that. So what's your advice for the now energies here, Cancer? Yeah, Augies, move in faith. Stay grounded. You're still grounded. You still got that stable foundation that you're working on. You're very grounded. And remember, anytime when these are pointing down, that's very grounded energy. Okay, this is Algies. The Algies is the elk rune. And the elk rune here, these are the antlers that are the built-in divine defense, divine protection. Right. So that is like also your divine connection along with your protection. Algies, that elk energy, the majestic elk, the not very ego-ridden energy now, right? But the elk, very majestic, very noble. Those are just self-defense. Those antlers are purely self-defense. You can tell they're not for offense. So right now you're called to stick to it, remain in your faith, right? No, stick to what you know is right. You might have had something come up that has called you to be in a defensive stance here, probably an echo from this energy in your recent past, your Cancer, something that might have been the hiccup from last week that we kind of saw, which is probably why this is hidden from you right now. That makes a lot of sense to me. So yeah, remain in your faith. You've got this. You're divinely connected, divinely protected. Let's see what your outcome is for this energy. Yeah. Therizos. Therizos is like Thor's hammer. That's Mjolnir, that thorough action that needs to take place, that lightning quick action. So this is something that needs to happen very soon. So this is building, destroying, or protecting like a hammer does, right? So in your outcome, you have very thorough action to address needs, constraints, limitations are being influenced in your position right now. And you are, you are called to be kind of maybe in a firm stance right now in your faith and kind of letting them take their turn while you let that play out, and then you can make a determined responsive action, not a reactive action. Right, Cancer? We want to respond. We want to move forward in faith, right? So when we react, we're not moving forward in faith. We just slip on the ice and repeat life lessons. We're moving forward in those firm, divinely protected steps in our faith, knowing that we're holding true in our dedication, still from our past, addressing these needs, holding true to our foundations, Cancer. We get to build, destroy, or protect whatever it is that you're moving forward with faith on. Okay? You are giving more empowerment towards this Thor's hammer. Like, so if you picture Thor like holding up his hand for that hammer, right? That's kind of you right now in your faith stance right now. I'm calling forth that hammer right now, kind of energy. And here you're getting that hammer and you're in your outcome here. So you can build, destroy, protect you. Right now you're kind of charging it up. That's kind of cool. So let's see what's blocked, hidden, or what you already know, Cancer, in your upcoming very near energies. Maybe it's something you're preparing for. Yeah. Okay, Fehu. Fehu is the rune of cattle, wealth, abundance, very still starting off in a grounded way. Maybe this is you protecting your finances, your wealth. Maybe it's a sour partnership. What you value, where you value, what you hold to be dear in your life, Cancer. Okay, so that's what's kind of it's moving towards. So this could be a protection kind of with making sure that nobody messes with. So you're kind of hiding this from yourself even, because you don't want anybody, because you've experienced all that abundance in your recent past and you had a recent hiccup, but now you don't want anybody to mess with that abundance. But dude, that's not how you share. That's not how you celebrate and you invite more of it into your life, right? By reaching out and branching out, by making good decisions, by making grounded, wise options, recognizing that you do have more responsibilities as you have more abundance. Yeah, you just learned a hard lesson. That's all, Cancer. Yeah, you're going to move forward into more abundance. So whatever this is where you need to protect, build, or destroy, um, the choice is always going to be up to yours, Cancer. You are a very lucky sign this year, so please keep that in mind, that you're moving forward in healthy, not ego-driven steps, that you're remaining grounded, divinely protected, looking forward to building that legacy, okay? Let's get a card of clarity from the fairies. Magical messages from the fairies oracle deck this week. The fairies are divinely guided creatures who also would love to assist us in our journeys here, Cancer. So please, fairies, show us clearly, what message of clarity does Cancer need to hear this week? Yeah. We're going to take that first one. And rightfully so. Okay, the second one that came out was spiritual teacher. So you might be looking for a spiritual teacher or learning with one. But I really believe this one that came out is your card. And this is why. It's the birthday card. It says, a significant birthday holds the answer to your questions, and your solar return is coming up, right? And you got that on your mind. Yeah. So, Cancer, I believe during your solar return is when you're going to get those answers, that abundance, that stuff that you've been working towards. Just stay grounded, stay in your faith. You are empowered to take action to build, destroy, or protect here in your outcome ultimately towards your abundance. Let's read more about that birthday card though. All right, again, it says a significant birthday holds the answer to your question. You drew this card because your birthday or the birth date of a significant person in your life is pivotal. Mouth words. A significant person in your life or your birthday, right, is pivotal to answering your question. Perhaps you'll meet someone special at a birthday party, or a departed loved one in heaven is celebrating your birthday or their own. This card could also signify that the event that you desire will occur by your next birthday. Trust your first thought or feelings as to the specific meaning of this card for you, as it's a powerful message. Additional meanings for this card, Cancer, are news of a pregnancy is coming, or heaven is helping someone who had a recent birthday or whose birthday is imminent. Or you'll receive a special gift soon, or give yourself the present that you desire. And the last couple here, Cancer, are that you'll encounter a positive sign about an upcoming birth, or expect the birth of a new business or a project. And I do believe it is that latter here personally, Cancer, but do let me know in the comments below how this message all resonates for you this week. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant week.